I have an interchangeable seat between my therapist and my emotional coach. Mm-hmm. And you talked about that like a year and a half, I want to say. And what I learned was that my emotions, I was making financial decisions based upon my emotions. When my emotions shouldn't be making decisions, I should be managing my emotions.
Yes.
But my emotions should not be managing me. Mm-hmm. And I've made bad financial decisions because of how I felt off of my emotions. And if I'm being honest and vulnerable, I've lost out on great relationships and friendships because I didn't manage my emotions.
Yes, for sure.
And I'm like, whoa, so when I heard you say that, like, bro, I got convicted. I was like, look at Lewis over here preaching. I was like, Lewis, does he know he a prophet? So I literally stepped back and started looking for emotional coaches because I realized, like, man, if I'm being honest, like Lewis, to this day, I still meet with him. And to this day, it is still a struggle for me to control and manage my emotions. Mm-hmm. Because when you have that feeling, you got to be like, no, this is my emotions. I cannot make a decision in this state.
Yeah.
And I've made decisions in that state that has cost me a lot of money. I've probably lost out on an amazing woman because of that. I've probably lost business relationships and even friendships because of that. But I think I hear this often within the world. And man, if you're feeling bad, man, just go to the mall and just do some window shopping. That's your emotions talking. You know what, man? We tend to go buy things when we're feeling a certain kind of way. That's your emotions talking. And so I would encourage people, man, to get that interchangeable seat between the therapist and the emotional coach, and they work together. My therapist helps me understand the practical reason of why I made the decision. My emotional coach is helping me understand why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling and how to control that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I can definitely relate to that. And for me, I've learned that regulating the emotions, like allowing yourself to feel it but not act on them necessarily until you regulate and understand them, gives you more sense of freedom, gives you more sense of power and peace in the decision. And it doesn't mean you're always going to feel good.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to go through uncomfortable situations, but when you can learn to regulate them, you can have more peace in the decisions you make after you feel the emotions. And one of the challenges, you know, some people spend their money on things when they feel overwhelmed or excited or stressed. Yeah, I was more of an emotional eater, where it was like, I would just go eat food. I didn't need things. I wasn't like, let me go buy the shiny thing to feel good, or window shop, or go on Amazon. That was never my thing, but it was like, let me get the ice cream, let me get the pizza to comfort me. So whatever your vice is of comfort, you know, luckily I wasn't a spender on things to go into debt, which takes years to get out of, right?
Is this my water?
Yeah, but I was a spender of food that created physical debt, right? It created physical weight that I then had to carry with me constantly. So whatever the weight is you're carrying, or whatever the thing that you're spending to add more weight into your financial pocket or to your physical bucket, whatever it might be, or your weight might be like, oh, I'm going to go sleep with a bunch of women because I want to just feel good because I don't feel good right now. Yeah. You're picking up that relational baggage, whatever it might be, or spiritual baggage from, you know, being in all those relationships. It's just learning how to regulate it better so we can have more abundance, wellness, and freedom, like you talk about in your book, Take Your Seat at the Table. And I think that's a big challenge for people. When you talk about, you know, if you're in debt 100 grand, 100, 200 grand from student loans and other 2 cars, it might seem daunting. You talked about this, okay, get clear on a 12-month, 3-year, 5-year vision.
Yeah.
And understand why you want that vision in these 12 months, 3 years, and 5 years. Some people might say, oh man, I have to cut all of my fun out of my life for the next 5 years. I have to live so below my means and cut all the food going out, all the fun, all the activities and trips. I have to cut it all out because of the financial baggage and debt that I'm in order to, in 5-7 years, be debt-free. And that seems exhausting. Most people don't have the discipline emotionally, mentally, or financially to go so below their means when they've gone into debt for years and they've created an identity of debt and spending. How does someone wrap their head around that complete death of an identity on who they've been to say, oh, in order to be debt-free, I'm going to take 5 years of my life to be, you know, so below my means, cut out everything, and then I can finally be free.
This is school of greatness. I would say this. I would ask them, how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, probably trapped, probably stressed, anxious, avoidant. They probably even know how much debt they're in because they don't want to keep looking at it because it doesn't feel good. It's like when you gain weight, you don't want to jump on the scale because you're like, I don't want to look at that.
But, well, I gotta say this respectfully. I don't have to jump on the scale to know that I'm in a bad situation. I need to change my life. The scale is just going to confirm what I already know.
Yes.
And I think when I hear people say like, oh man, I gotta do all this, I said, okay, cool. Don't do that. Live this for the rest of your life then.
Yeah.
Live the life scared to look at your checking account. Live the life for the rest of your life scared to go to the mailbox. Lewis, I was there, bro. I was there to where I would drive by the mailbox knowing that the mail is probably packed because I knew there were bills in there that I didn't want to see. But I still knew the bills were there. But the thing was, going to the mailbox was just confirmation of what I already knew. And man, I'm telling you, I felt the heaviness of, I know my money is not good. I felt the heaviness of, I know I'm not free. I can't live this free life because I know it. And I was just scared to face reality of, I have to change. And so here's what I teach, you know, within my world, you know, at the table with Anthony O'Neill and even within his book, is that, man, if you can give me 18 to 24 months, we can change your life. I can't change it. I'm not the hero. You are the hero. I'm going to guide you through the process. But if you do not change anything, you're going to sacrifice the rest of your life living in misery, living with no freedom, with no ownership, because you're fearful to be uncomfortable for 12 to 24 months. And so if I'm uncomfortable a little bit for 12 to 24 months to get the rest of my life to live a life of abundance, wellness, and freedom, I'm taking 12 to 24 months. Because what I'm doing is I've got adjusted. Oh, that's so good right there. I've got adjusted to being uncomfortable. Like I feel I've made this messy life of mine's comfortable. And I'm like, man, like I deserve a home. But because my lifestyle right now, I'm only warrant an apartment. But I can get a house. But I cannot. No. You know what, Anthony? I'm going to change 2025. I'm going to get on a plan. And I'm being realistic with it. You know what? It's going to probably take me to the end of 2026 to get out of debt. But here's the thing. 2026 comes. 2 years flies by quick.
Boom.
It flies by crazy quick.
It seems like forever, but when you're there, it's like, man, what happened in the last 2 years? Just the first month of this year just flew by, man.
I've been out on my own for 4 years. You cannot ask me. Like, it doesn't feel like 4 years. Now, because we wake up every single day and we start over, it's okay, but wait. But before you know it, 2 years have gone by. And I ask people to imagine themselves. Yes, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to sit here and sell you a bunch of, you know, no. Listen, you're right. You're in $150,000 in debt. I know you feel that stress. What is a system and what is a process to get out of that? I have this method that I teach. It's called E.A.R.N. And I teach people how to earn their freedom, how to earn a different level of finances. And the E stands for, listen, you got to evaluate where you currently are in life and with your finances. As we talked about earlier, like, hey, pull your credit report, pull how much debt that you have. And watch this, debt is not just on paper, but do you owe family and friends money, right? If you told them, hey, I'm gonna pay you back, get all of that on a sheet of paper and evaluate where you are. The A stands for, now you got to arrange the vision. We talked about the vision. Okay, now that we know how much we are, what is the vision, where are we going, right? And the R stands for render the strategy. This is where people fail at. We do not get a proven strategy on how to make money easy. We don't get a proven strategy on how to get out of debt. We don't get a strategy on how do we change our life within the 12 to 24 months. What we'll do is, okay, I know I got some debt. I know I want to be debt free. Let me go on TikTok. That's not a strategy to go on TikTok. That's not a strategy to go on YouTube and just follow your favorite YouTuber. But you got to get with someone who has done it, who has the fruit of their labor, who has put together a proven strategy that you can follow, and you may have to adjust for yourself. But here's the key where I think a lot of people fail at, and that is the end. They don't act. So the end is now act.